Caffeine is of concern to most health-conscious people. It is consumed by 80 to 90% of Americans on a daily basis, making one of the most commonly used drugs in our society. Its consumption opens the door of controversy with questions like, how does caffeine affect my body? How much is safe to consume? What are the alternatives? What is caffeine? It is a bitter white alkaloid chemical, trimethylxanthine. It is a natural substance found in at least 63 different types of plants, most common of which are coffee, tea, and cocoa. When consumed in moderation, caffeine can have numerous physiological effects on the body, including excitability, increased blood pressure and pulse, faster reaction time, constricting superficial blood vessels, difficulty falling asleep, and disruption of rapid eye movement and dreaming while asleep. Caffeine also increases the pain-killing effect of aspirin and acetaminophen. Both the American Medical Association and the American Cancer Society have issued strong statements regarding the effects of caffeine, but don't tell you how to decrease your intake. Cutting down on caffeine is the role of health practitioners and nutritionists who advise decreasing your consumption gradually over a period of days or weeks to avoid withdrawal symptoms. People often ask if there is a way to reduce the caffeine in a cup of tea. The answer is no. The average cup of green and black tea consumes 20 to 40 milligrams of caffeine, less than half the amount found in a cup of coffee. The average cup of white tea contains 10 milligrams of caffeine. Rooibos red tea from South Africa is caffeine-free. One of the best ways to cut back on caffeine or eliminate it almost entirely is by drinking tea. Tea per pound of leaf contains more caffeine than coffee per pound of bean. However, more ground coffee is required to brew 1 cup of coffee than tea is required to brew 1 cup of tea. The average cup of tea contains less than half the caffeine than the average cup of coffee. Hundreds of studies exist showing the many health benefits of tea. But what makes it the most consumed beverage in the world after water is its pleasant taste and relaxation effect. Both of these qualities and more can be traced to a unique, neurologically active amino acid in tea called L-theanine, which is gamma-ethylamino L-glutamic acid. L-theanine is a free, non-protein amino acid found almost exclusively in tea plants, constituting between 1 to 2% of the dry weight of the tea leaves. It is the predominant amino acid in tea leaves, giving tea its characteristic umami, or fifth taste. Attempts to isolate the L-theanine with its physical and neurological benefits from the tea leaves were once very difficult, expensive, and inefficient. Economically feasible methods of producing L-theanine now exist and do not require a mountain of tea leaves. The calming effect of tea may seem contradictory to the stimulatory property of tea's caffeine content, but it can be explained by the action of L-theanine. This amino acid actually acts antagonistically against the stimulatory effects of caffeine on the nervous system. Research on human volunteers has demonstrated that L-theanine creates a sense of relaxation in approximately 30 to 40 minutes after ingestion via at least 2 different mechanisms. First, this amino acid directly stimulates the production of alpha brain waves, creating a state of deep relaxation and mental alertness, similar to what is achieved through meditation.